Hi, good morning. Welcome back. So nice to see some familiar faces. No, just some seeing people start to return. Giants are just unraveling at the seams. They are awful. How are you doing? Hi, Satish. Everybody signing in? Has everybody signed in? If everybody could sign in, please. If you signed in yet. No. Thank you, thank you.
Joyce, can you sign my name in? Joyce, can you sign it in? Oh, thank you. Do you mind? Do you mind? Hi, Joyce.
And I think
Thank you, Joyce.
Joyce and Deb is online, ROUGH.
Deborah?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. Is it Row or Ruff? Is it, you pronounce it Row?
It is actually rough.
Oh, hold on. There we
Okay.
go.
It's rough, like rough and ready, rough and tough.
R-O-U-G-H, like
Yes.
yeah. Yeah, R-U-G-H, like, it's Scottish.
Ah, I could be. Yes.
All right, good to have you.
It's nice to see you. Thanks. Good to be with you.
America's Salemi. Is that Olivia? No, that's not Olivia. Oh, hi.
Tracy McEachran is my work
That's right.
Zoom license.
Yep. Tracy, and it's
MCEA
E-A-C-H
ERN.
E-R-N.
Yes.
Yes, got it.
All right. Thank you, Nancy.
Thank you. Good to have you both.
Thank you.
All right, just spotlighted my video, so I should be bigger now for you guys.
Looks good.
All right, and then go ahead and mute you both. All right, there we go. Happy Monday. How we doing? Good. Last week we kicked off the new schedule, so I'm here now 3 days a week. So yay! So Monday mornings will remain the same, this gentle yoga class. And Tuesdays, I'm here now at 10 a.m. for a more intermediate class. And Wednesdays at 1:30, yoga and meditation. So yeah. So come join. So tomorrow's class, intermediate, you can think of if you feel like you have a good understanding of the basics, we take it a step further. So we create a little bit of a flow with our sun salutations to warm the body up to then be able to move into some more intermediate poses, arm balances, inversions, poses like that. So you don't have to necessarily be scared of it and think, oh no, that's not for me. Because you can always just do and honor your body and where you're at. But it, might be fun if you're curious, if your curiosity is there to move your practice, to keep moving it forward. It could be an interesting class for you to explore. So we're all seated. So grab your block to sit up a little taller. Take the block and place it under your sits bones so that you're able to find a way for the spine to not kind of round down. You want to sit up nice and tall. Bring those sits bones to where they're resting on the front edge of your mat. And my knees are dropping down. And if that isn't working for you, you can sit on your sits bones. If your knees aren't going down, you can bring both blocks and support under the knees like that. And that also can help for lengthening the spine up. All right, so hard to not, I guess, acknowledge, impossible to ignore sometimes world events. So we'll take a moment. I'm gonna read from, I keep referencing Magic 10 and Beyond, the Magic 10 and Beyond, some teachings from my teacher's teacher, Sharon Gannon, co-founder of Jivamukti Yoga. And I think this might help. I'm gonna use my light because I can't see. So just find that seat, take a deep breath in through the nose. Sigh it out. Just take a few breaths, natural breaths, to just bring yourself here to this present moment. Forget about thoughts of what needs to happen after class that filled your mind, and just allow yourself to come into your body, come into your breathing, Karma means action. We act in relation to others. Everything we think, say, and do involves us with others. Other people, animals, trees, plants, and the overall environment. Even our relationship with ourselves is affected by our relationships with others. How we perceive ourselves is dependent upon our relationship with others. Others can hurt our feelings. If we feel that someone we admire doesn't like us, we may worry and start to think that we are somehow flawed. Whereas experiencing support and encouragement from others can give us confidence, make us feel invincible. It's natural to want to be respected and loved. Relationships that are one-sided are not considered good relationships. If we want to be loved, we must love. If we want to be forgiven, we must forgive. Whatever we want for ourselves, we should make happen for others. This consideration must extend to all others and even to the earth, the environment. To treat others as we want to be treated is the way to establish mutually beneficial relationships, ones that are steady and joyful. So this practice, this physical part of yoga, asana, is designed to purify our relationships. While it is indeed a physical practice, it can come with deep emotional and spiritual potential. The karmas generated by our interactions with others are stored in the tissues of the body. In fact, it is our karmas that actually make up our bodies. So moving the body through asana practice with the intention of purifying our karmas, resolving relationship issues, will make us feel more comfortable in our bodies, resulting in hopefully greater happiness. And when our connection to the earth and all others is mutually beneficial, we are on our way to yoga. True self-realization, the realization of the oneness of being where otherness disappears. And as the lessons from the past couple weeks, we understand that we can separate this practice from other forms of physical exercise by setting an intention. So it's hard sometimes to truly understand disasters, violence, but we can just make a pledge in a way to further our relationship. And I'd like to think somehow, some way that by our little effort, that it does have a ripple effect. Bringing in the mantra Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu, it translates to may all beings everywhere be happy and free. And may the thoughts, words, and actions of my own life contribute in some way to that happiness and to that freedom for all. So call and repeat. Inhale and exhale the breath out. Loka. So I'll say the word, you say it after. Loka. Samasta. Sukhino. Bhavantu. And all together. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu, and then Om. If you haven't set your intention, go ahead and set your intention for your practice. Maybe our vibrations filled with positive thoughts will somehow make a difference. As we move through our physical practice today, a little bit of a slow, mindful flow today. So maybe holding poses a little bit longer to tap into our connection with the earth beneath our feet, or seat, or back, or belly, wherever we're at, and also our connection with our breath. Anytime the whirlings of the mind might start, bring your focus back to the breath, or maybe to these thoughts. Through this practice, may I be able to let go of the toxic physical and emotional poisons that I'm holding in my body. Or may this practice help to free me from anger, jealousy, and fear, so I can be more loving, forgiving, and kind to others. May this practice help me to enhance the lives of others, and so on. Switching to a more positive state of mind, removing the negative. So staying in this seat, flickering the eyes open, we'll start with a twist. Inhale the arms overhead. Exhale, slow twist to the right. Take your time. So to start, be in the least amount of the twist. Have your chin parallel with the earth and in line with your sternum. And think about lengthening on your inhale, moving into the twist on your exhale. Full breath in. Good morning. Susan, thanks for joining us. Can you hear me okay? This relationship with our seat right now. Notice sensations that are happening in the body with this twist, waking up our rib cage, waking up our lungs, waking up our digestive system, giving it a little massage. Maybe now turning the head just a little bit deeper into the twist. One more breath in and out. Next inhale, untwist, and then float the arms up by the ears, get some length, and then exhale, twist to the left. Again, just coming into the least part, just first part of the twist, and use your breath to move you deeper into the twist. Really feeling the breath here. Notice if the breath is beginning in the low belly or in the middle part of the belly. Our twists help us to wring out toxins from the body. Stored energy that we no longer need, so that our digestive tract can move more freely. One more inhale, maybe adding the head, turning it a little bit deeper. And the next inhale, untwist, float the arms overhead to the knees, and then sort of rolling back. If you're on a block, you might want to just pop off of it for seated cow and cat. Chin to chest as we round the spine, and then inhale. Draw the chest forward and up as you lengthen up through the spine, maybe tilting chin up a little bit, and then exhaling into seated cat pose. One more time, inhale. Opening across the heart space, and exhale into seated cat. Inhale back to neutral and take the opposite leg in front. The leg you didn't choose first. Inhale the arms overhead, and exhale. This time will flow. So exhale to the right into the twist. Full inhale and exhale. Inhale, come through center, arms up by the ears, and exhale, twisting to the other side. Full breath in, full breath out. Inhale, float the arms up to the knees, rocking back into seated cat. And inhale, lengthening up, opening across the collarbones, seated cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, seated cow. And then neutral, rocking forward, finding tabletop pose. Hands and knees. And bring your blocks underneath your hands and have them at the lowest height. Have the blocks about shoulder distance apart, and maybe not right under the shoulders, but just a little bit forward. And then inhale into seated, into cow pose. So here you want to find engagement in the belly. Even though the belly's dropping, we don't want it to sag. So engage the navel toward the spine. And then exhale into cat pose. Pushing the earth away from you, chin to chest, round the spine. Inhale into cow. And exhale into cat. Tucking the tailbone. One more time. Inhale into cow. And exhale into cat. And then find a neutral spine. Keep drawing the navel toward the spine. Rotate your elbow creases to the front of the room and start bending at the elbows, drawing the chest down just to the blocks, and then push yourself back up. Take a full breath in, lower down on the exhale. So instead of having the booty stay up, so watch me up here for a moment. So notice I'm rocked forward slightly, so you see how my thigh bone is on an angle, and I hug the elbows in, dropping down, and then pushing back up, so that the whole upper body stays level, and we're not sticking our sits bones up toward the sky. So a couple more at your own pace, just building a little arm strength. For those whose elbows are coming out to the sides, try and hug them in. Keep them into the side body as you lower. So if you notice that it looks like chicken elbows, hug them into the sides. And then come back to tabletop and push your seat to your heels, keeping the hands on the block so your arms are raised. Bring the head in between the arms, belly resting on the thighs, child's pose. Full breath in and out. Full breath in and out. So our breath helps to modulate the practice. If ever you need a deeper breath than what might be cued, take it. Honor your body. Honor what your body needs. One more round of breath. Inhale and exhale. And then inhale, rocking back up to tabletop. And we're gonna just have the knees, check in, make sure the knees are under the hips, and extend the right leg back behind you so your toes are on the mat. Lift that right leg straight up so your hips are level and the toes are still pointing to the ground. Push through that right heel to get some length. Stay here or flip the left arm up by the ear and have the palm turning to face this exit wall. By turning the palm and open through the fingers and then make a gentle fist with that left hand. Open the hand back up into where the fingers are extended and flaring, and then close into a soft fist again. And now your choice. What feels better? If you want the hand closed or if you want it open. And one more breath to lengthen. So push through the heel. If you feel your belly dropping, draw the navel in. Find a neutral spine. And then bring elbow to meet the knee, grounding the spine. So left elbow kissing right knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthen. Keep that left arm raised. Swing the right leg out to the side and drop it down. And then come up on that left knee. Push through the right foot and have the right edge of your foot parallel with the wall. So ready to move to the side. Yep. A little bit more. Yeah. Really root down, ground down through that right foot. And then inhale, left arm up by the ear, start to side bend to the right. So as we come into the side bend, that left arm stays in line with the ear. Don't think so much about really compromising the right side, but reaching through the left fingertips. And feeling the breath meet the muscles in the rib cage. Beautiful, everyone. Really nice. So really notice those sensations in the intercostal muscles. And then come back through center and lift the right arm. And like you have a beach ball, side bend to the left. And flow. So exhale into gate pose, left arm reaching. Inhale back through center, holding that beach ball and side bend to the left. Inhale through center, gate pose, side bend to the right. Inhale through center, hold that beach ball and side bend to the left. One more time. And now take that beach ball, sweep it down, hands back to the blocks, right knee in. Take the knees wide this time for child's pose. Toes come together, push your seat to your heels, and arms can rest on the blocks or lower to the floor, your choice. If the hands are resting on the block, maybe the head is coming down to the floor. And breathe in, finding gratitude here, knowing that the earth is supporting you, providing the support needed for you to be able to sort of release control Connect with your breath. Next inhale, start to lift yourself back up to tabletop. Hands coming on the blocks, knees under hips. Draw the belly in and lengthen that left leg back. So toes are on the mat and then lift that left leg up. So find your balance here, leveling your hips, toes turning to the earth, and then maybe add that right arm. Keep the belly engaged. If you kind of stitch your ribs together, might feel less arch in the back. And right hand now, soft fist, and then open and lengthen. And notice which feels better. If it's feeling better to close the hand, then keep it closed. Or lengthen. And now elbow to knee. Rounding the spine, chin is drawing toward the chest a little bit, and we lengthen on the inhale. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthen. Drop that, keep that right arm lifted as you swing that left leg out. Dropping it down and then come up on the knee. So it takes a little extra core work there, keeping that right arm out. Have that left edge of your foot parallel with the wall. Take that right arm up. Start walking left fingertips down as you lengthen through the right arm. Right arm by that ear. So feeling openness in the chest. But now also bringing awareness to those muscles in the rib cage. One more full breath in. Exhale it out. And then have the arms by the ears. Hold that beach ball. Maybe pinkies turn in a little bit. And then we take the bend to the right. Inhale through center. Side bend to the left. Inhale, hold the beach ball, side bend to the right. Inhale through center and side bend to the left. Inhale, arms up and then side bend to the right. Through center. And one more time to the left. And then finishing center, hands come down to the blocks. Bring that left knee in. And then with hands on the blocks, step both feet back. Find plank pose. Draw the belly in. Full breath in, and on your exhale, downward dog. Hips lift up to the sky. Maybe the heels are lifted, maybe the heels are dropping toward the earth. Just feel that lengthening through the arms, spine. Feel your breath moving from hands to hips, maybe from your sits bones down the legs. Head is neutral, so if you're feeling tension in the neck, notice where you can soften that. And now lift your gaze to look between the blocks and walk one footprint at a time up to in between the blocks. And inhale, lift up halfway, finding a flat back. Fingertips coming up toward the knees. And then take a moment here to really feel that lengthening of the spine. Other breath in. And then on your exhale, hinge forward, drawing the belly toward the thighs, coming into Uttanasana, forward fold. Fingertips can be on the blocks. You can turn the blocks higher to have the floor, the earth meet you. But really breathing into the backs of our legs here, getting a deep stretch for our hamstring muscles. By opening up our hamstring muscles, then it gives an opportunity for the hips to release. Might help with any knee pain. Inhale, find that half lift again, flat back. Now take the arms out to the sides and continue to lift to stand. Arms float overhead, gaze looking up at your hands coming together, and then drawing them down to your heart center. Take a moment here, recall your intention. Bring your awareness to your breath. Bring your awareness to your feet. Notice how you're rooting down. Stability, stira and sukha, steady and joyful. With that steadiness, inhale, take the arms overhead, and exhale, dive forward, forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, hands to blocks, bend the knees, and take the right leg back as far back as you can to get a full extension in the right leg, and then drop that right knee down. Come up on your fingertips. Deepen the bend in the left knee. And then draw the hips back a little bit. Float the arms up by the ears, shoulders stacking with hips on Janyasana. Holding that beach ball again. Pinkies maybe turning in for each other to help the shoulders externally rotate. Full breath in. Hands to heart center. We're going to twist. Twist to the left. Lengthen forward. Drawing that right elbow to the outside of the left knee. Press palm into palm. Maybe separate the arms, reach that left arm up toward the sky, right fingertips toward the earth. Maybe tuck the right toes under and lift that right leg up. Only options. Stay where it feels comfortable and where you're honoring your body. Breathe in. Breathe out. If you have lifted that leg, drop it down. Bring hands back to palms touching. Hands to heart center. Down to the blocks. Tuck the right toes under. Lift up and step the left leg back. Low or plank pose. Exhale, hips lift you into downward dog. Full breath in. Full breath out, look between the blocks. Either walk the feet up or maybe hop the feet forward in between the blocks. Lift up halfway. Flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Start sweeping the arms out to the side as you press into the feet, lifting up to stand. Inhale, the arms overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Finding your mountain pose, Tadasana, for a full breath in and out. Other side. Inhale, arms overhead, and we dive forward. Uttanasana, hands to blocks, bend the knees, step that left leg back to find full extension in the left leg. And that right knee bending at a 90-degree angle. So right knee and right ankle in line. Drop the left knee down. Come up on your fingertips and deepen the bend in that right knee get a little extra stretch for this front quad muscle and our psoas muscle. And the left toes can be tucked under or top of the foot on, that doesn't matter. Full breath in, and then shift the hips back. Float the arms up to the ears on Janyasana, hips and shoulders stacking. Pinkies rotating in a little bit, holding that beach ball. Another breath in. Hands to heart center, we twist to the right. Notice chin parallel with the earth. Now lean the body forward to bring that left elbow to meet that right knee. Stay here, or maybe open the arms. Maybe tuck left toes under and lift that left leg up. If the leg was lifted, drop it down. If the arms were open, bring palms to touch again. And we come to heart center, lift the arms up and then float them down. Tuck the left toes under again. Step right leg back, plank pose. Exhale, lift the hips. Downward facing dog, and then move your blocks to the side so your hands are coming to the mat. Pedal out your downward dog. And just notice if you feel a little different in this downward dog after having had the hands on the blocks. Just noticing, being your own self-study. And then settle into stillness. If there's a lot of weight in your hands, try pressing into your thumbs, index finger, and the tips of your third, fourth, fifth fingers. We're looking for that upside down V shape. Sits bones, just almost like a string is attached, and lifting the sits bones up where you feel light on the feet and hands. Look between your hands, either a light hop forward or walk the feet up. Inhale, lift up halfway. And exhale, fold. Hold opposite elbows and hang like a Raggedy Ann doll. Maybe add a little sway from side to side. Feel the head dropping down so you really feel like the neck is releasing. Another breath in and out, and really hang like your Raggedy Ann doll, bending the knees a lot and then rolling up to stand. Make the head the last to come up. Draw the shoulders up to the ears and roll the shoulders back. Palms face forward, find Tadasana, mountain pose. Take a breath in and out. Hands to hips. Soften the knees a little bit and put weight in your left foot. Just barely lift your right foot off the mat. Notice if your right hip lifted up and see if you can encourage it to balance. And then with control, balancing on that left foot, bring your right leg back so that the feet are on two different planks of wood. Your right heel stays lifted and you're on the ball of that right foot. Left knee bending toward 90 degrees. Inhale the arms up by the ears and then draw the elbows so we're making cactus arms or goalpost arms. Maybe add a little back bend here in the upper back, drawing the elbows to the windows, opening across the chest. Full breath in. And then exhale, reach the chest forward, bring the arms, swing them back, Superman. overhand arms. And then push off that right foot, push into the left foot and lift that right leg off the mat. For warrior 3, so it doesn't have to lift up super high. It could just lift barely off the ground. Beautiful. Honor your balance today. But working with each breath, maybe straightening that left leg a lot. Maybe switching the arm position, hands to heart center. And then rebend the left knee to drop that right foot down and drop the heel down. Inhale, arms up, warrior 1. Nice job, everyone. Nice work. So feel the benefits, the residue of your physical practice. Notice how the thoughts in the mind feel. Make any micro adjustments to help you feel as if you could stay in this pose for the whole day. Feel that lengthening of the right leg. If the left thigh is really, really talking to you, put a little bit more weight in the back, the right edge of the right foot. And now, next exhale, we're going to start opening to the right. Open the hips to the right. And now shift your right foot so it's more in line with the left. Finding our warrior 2 pose. Maybe sink a little deeper in the left knee. And then the hands are turned down to the floor. Turn your gaze to look out over the left fingertips. Soften shoulders. Notice your breath. Notice your pelvic floor sinking toward the earth. One more inhale. On the exhale, start spiraling the hands down. Pivot on that back foot. So you're finding low lunge. Drop the right knee down. Inhale, sweep the arms up by the ears. Anjani-asana. Full breath in. Exhale the hands down and heel toe your left foot to the left edge of your mat. Bring your blocks, both of them at the middle height, to the inside of that left foot. Setting up here for lizard pose. So this left knee is going to stay hugging in toward your left elbow. Options here. You can keep the right knee down, or if you want to lengthen through that right leg, it might intensify. That's the word I was looking for. When you lift that right leg up, that right knee off, might intensify in the hip flexors, in the psoas, and it might feel good. Or if you prefer to have knee down, to deepen the stretch in this left side, we can drop the blocks to the lower setting. And then we can drop our elbows and forearms down, dropping our chest, our upper body to the inside of that left knee. But notice if you're rounding your spine. If you're rounding your spine, lift up a little bit. Start really keeping that chest open. Beautiful. So all different ways to explore lizard pose. So maybe each breath is a different version of lizard. Maybe you're coming back to lifting the knee or dropping it and settling in, lowering the body down. So explore for another couple breaths. And then we'll lift up out of it, straighten the arms, and then heel toe that left foot back into center. We're gonna find downward dog. So plant your hands, tuck your right toes under, and step that left leg back. If you would like to take a vinyasa here, so here are options. Either stay in downward dog, drop down to maybe child's pose, or a vinyasa means to rock forward to plank, lower knees, chest and chin, coming on to the belly, lifting up into cobra, then finding your downward dog. And we all will meet in downward dog. So if you opted for a child's pose, take another breath in child's pose, and then meet us in downward dog. Full breath in and out. And then look between your hands, either a light hop forward or walk your feet forward. Come up halfway. Exhale into forward fold, and then either roll up to stand or come up with a flat back. All the way up to our arms coming overhead, hands to heart center. Tadasana, just full breath in, full breath out. Ready for the other side? Hands to hips, soften the knees a little bit. Start putting weight in the right foot. So your left foot is coming off the mat. Find some balance here. What do you need to do to feel steady on that right foot? Steady enough to then mindfully bring that left foot behind you. So high lunge to start. Keep that left heel lifted. Left leg in full extension, right knee bending to 90 degrees. Arms floating up. Holding that beach ball. Pinkies turning in a little bit. And then draw elbows down, cactus pose. Maybe adding a little arching of the upper back here. Elbows drawing back. And then we sweep the arms. Superman arms, chest reaching forward. I'm blanking. How do we get into Warrior three? Thank you. Push off that left foot. Bring it closer. Arms are still back. It could look like this, where your left foot is barely coming off the mat. Ideally, you want your upper back and your leg to be in the same plane. Gorgeous. If you feel that left hip lifting, draw it down to level the hips. So what helps is to turn the toes to the mat. Exploring for another breath. Maybe straightening that right leg, really pressing, connecting with the earth, and then slowly drop that down, and then we drop that left heel down. Right knee maybe bending a little bit deeper, arms coming up, finding warrior one, and we'll be here for 5 breaths. So time for you to explore the pose. And if you need to take an exhale through the mouth, that's okay. And return to breathing in and out through the nose. more breath in. And out. And then we'll open to warrior two. So turn the hips to this TV wall. Maybe you have to shimmy the back leg back a little bit to open a little wider. And now the feet are in line. Gaze looking out over the right fingertips. Notice body scan. Notice how the belly's feeling. If the pelvic floor feels like it's maybe magnetically being drawn down toward the earth. That left leg fully extended. A little weight in the left edge of the foot might take weight out of your right thigh. One more breath in. Exhale, start spiraling the hands down to the mat. Pivot on that back foot. Find your low lunge and then heel toe that right foot to the right edge of the mat. So setting up for lizard, we've got on Janiyasana, didn't we? All right, come back, bring that foot back to the middle. Inhale, arms up to the ears. Full breath in. Full breath out. Inhale, and now sweep the hands down. Heel toe that right foot, right edge of the mat. Bring your blocks. Bring them to the middle height to start. So starting here, you feel that lift of the chest, your arms in full extension. And then start to explore. So tucking the left toes under and lifting that left leg as an option with the arms still in full extension. Or maybe lowering left knee and then turning the blocks to the lower height and drawing the elbows and forearms down. But just try not to lose that feeling open across the chest. Stay where it feels good for your body. One more breath in and out. We'll start making our way out of lizard by lifting up on the hands, straightening the arms, moving the blocks to the side. Heel toe that right foot back in, plant the hands, and then sweep that right leg back, find downward dog. Taking a few breaths here in downward dog, just to stretch it all out. Feeling that spinal extension. And then next inhale, rock your body forward, finding plank pose. You can drop your knees and then lower, or if you want to lower the whole body, hug the elbows in, lower 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take the arms alongside your body and turn one cheek to the mat. Turn the opposite cheek to the mat. Feel the belly against the mat as you breathe. And then bring forehead to the mat. So, setting up for Shalabhasana, our back bend here on our belly. The first thing I want you to do is find the distance between the legs where your low back and sacrum feels most comfortable. So if you start with the legs together, notice if that creates tension or like a feeling of a box in your low back. And then start to separate the legs. And as soon as you feel that low back area start to drop and become more released, stay there. Everyone's sacrum is a different size. So finding that distance between the legs that feels right for you. And then on an inhale, begin lifting your arms up off the mat. Notice the chest starts to lift. Keep the gaze looking at the mat so your neck stays long. Notice your hip points making contact with the mat. Next inhale, start to lift your legs up. So arms, upper back, and legs all lifting, and your hip points and your pelvis in contact with the earth. So challenge yourself. See how high the legs can lift off the mat. See if you can lift one more set of ribs. Try not to lift the head though. You don't want to jack the head up. You want to keep the neck long. When you're ready, come down. Turn one cheek to the mat. Take a couple breaths to rest. Do one more. Bring the forehead to the mat. On an inhale, start lifting the arms, then the chest will gradually lift. Add the legs. 2 more full breaths in this back bend. Lower down, turn opposite cheek to the mat, and bend your knees. Windshield wiper them slowly from side to side. And then slowly let them drop down and roll onto your backs. Just stay right where you are. Head can be facing this way. Just roll onto your backs and draw the knees into your chest. And rock a little bit from side to side. Massage out the sacrum. Keeping the knees hugged into your chest, roll the knees down to your left side. Coming into a spinal twist, right arm extends out in line with the shoulder. You can use a block in between your thighs if you want to, if the low back is feeling extra tight this morning, a block between the thighs helps. Left hand can either rest on top of the right knee, or it can also extend out from the left shoulder, where you form a T with the arms. And it helps to flip the palms facing up. You might find that that will help the shoulders to release. Inhale the knees to center. Take a moment just in neutral. Drawing the knees into your chest and then drop them down to the right. Extend left arm out from the shoulder, palm face up. Right arm can do the same, extending out from the shoulder, or right hand can rest on the top of the left knee. Just like our twists at the start of practice, wringing out any negative thoughts. Through this practice, may I be able to let go of the toxic physical and emotional poisons that I am holding in my body. May this practice shift my perception of myself and others so that I may come to see my enemies as friends, helping me to develop patience and forgiveness. Inhale, knees back to center. Hug them in. Really draw them in. Lift your forehead up to your knees, making a tight yogi ball. Give yourself a squeeze, a hug. Maybe even scrunch up your face tight, and then release the head back down. Lengthen the legs out onto the mat. Take up space on your mat. Just to start, before we get too comfortable with your arms, bring one hand over your heart space, one hand to the low belly. 3-part yogi breath. So breathe into the low part of your belly. The next third, breathe into the rib cage. And the next third, breathe up to the chest and collarbones. Exhale a third, and a third. Inhale a third, a third, a third. Exhale a third, a third, a third. Inhale a third, a third, and a third. Exhale a third, a third, a third. 2 more on your own. Really feeling the belly pressing against that hand that's low. Feeling the rise of the chest into the upper hand when you come to that last third. After you finish whatever round you're on, release back to your natural breath. You can release the arms down to the floor, finding Shavasana. Honoring your connection with the earth here by releasing into its support. So scan your body, notice anywhere you're holding yourself up or trying to hold yourself up, and begin to soften those parts of the body to invite in this rest, this opportunity to digest the practice. So our asana practice today helped to keep our spine limber, the joints mobile. We toned some muscles. We massaged our internal organs. We stimulated our endocrine system, which instigated a release of natural feel-good chemicals, such as dopamine. It's like accessing our own internal pharmaceutical laboratory. But the good news is no negative side effects. We worked toward integrating body, mind, and spirit. Begin to deepen your breath, inviting awareness back into the body and mind. Start to wiggle the fingers, maybe making soft fist again, and opening the hands, wiggling the toes, flexing the feet, pointing the toes, circling wrists and ankles. Maybe inhale the arms overhead for a long stretch. Draw knees into your chest, roll onto your right side, taking a couple breaths there. Recalling your intention. Pressing into that left hand, right arm, bringing yourself up to a seat. And crossing the legs, maybe keeping the eyes closed or at a soft gaze. Bringing your hands back to prayer, Anjali Mudra, at your heart center, a soft bow of your head towards your heart. Thanking yourself for being here. Feeling gratitude for how this practice can help us manage through whatever curveballs are thrown our way, whether we're personally affected or affected just because we are humans. We are made of energy. So we're connected to energy belts elsewhere. Closing with the mantra we opened with. Take a full breath in, exhale it out, and then we'll say the mantra together. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu, and Om. Shanti, 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 peace, peace, peace. The light in me sees and honors the light in each of you. Namaste. nice day enjoying this cooler weather. That's a blessing. We'll take it. We'll take it. Deb, thank you for joining us. And Susan, thank you for joining us. Oh.
Thank you.
Susan, if you want to unmute, it's Susan Lombardo. If you want to, right? That's what name is showing up. If you hold on one sec, there you go.
Can you hear me now? Yes. It's my first time.
Great. Thank you.
And unfortunately, I fell on my knee yesterday, so I was very limited to what I could do, but I enjoyed it anyway.
Good, good. Hey, you know what? Even if you just are in child's pose or in a seat the whole time and you're focusing on the breath, and that's yoga.
Mhm.
Well, thank you
Yes.
for giving us a try.
Yep. I'll do it again. Thank you.
Great. Have a good day.
You too.
Bye.
Bye-bye.